Okay, guys, let's talk about how to get a nice, smooth induction. The key to a smooth induction is to have a routine that you do every single time. It all starts with a good setup. Set up the same way, have your cords in the same place every time. My personal preference is to have the cords separated and hung on the IV pole. That way they are untangled. I can grab them one at a time as I want it. The last thing you want to do as a student, already nervous, is to have these cords all clumped together back here on the machine when you're trying to do a great induction, and now you're dealing with cords that are tangled and you're trying to get unraveled, and you never look calm and collected that way. So I'm just going to run you guys through what I do for my induction every single time. Obviously, I don't have a patient, so I'm just going to be talking out loud. So bed rolls in next to the OR bed. First thing you're going to be worried about is finding your IV and making sure it is untangled for the transfer. The IV is your responsibility. I will grab the fluids off the patient's bed, put it on one of my poles, and I just make sure I have my cardiac leads. I find where those are because those can get like tucked under. So I get those, drape them up here by the head. So once patient's moved over, first thing I connect is the blood pressure and get it cycling. You wait and do this last, then you're all just standing there watching and waiting for the blood pressure to take. Next is I plug in my pulse ox, then my leads. Then I start pre-oxygenating. I always have my tree here, that way it will sit on the patient's face, and I just tell them to start taking some nice deep breaths. By that time, you should have all your vitals. Let's start doing drugs. Tip, tip, tip. Make sure your IV is running and is wide open. You don't want to start pushing your drugs and find out that your IV was clamped the entire time and the patient is getting none of these. Now, me personally, I keep all my drugs back here on the machine. You can bring them all up and put them right here at the head of the bed if you want to. I start with my fentanyl, push my lidocaine. This is where I check to see if I am adequately pre-oxygenated to my liking. Here is where you want to check if you have been adequately pre-oxygenating. It'll say an end tidal O2, and I like that to be in the 90s. If I'm good and happy, let's get them off to sleep. With a defaciculating dose of rock, I am a modified RSI girl, if that's what you want to call me. I like to do a defaciculating dose of rock, propofol, sucks. Do a lot of robotic cases at my hospital. I don't like to mass ventilate for 90 seconds if I don't have to, because you're just filling up the belly, and then the surgeon's going to get in and then want you to put an OG down because the belly has all this air from you mass ventilating. So I just do a modified RSI, and I just do sucks to intubate. Always warn the patient about the propofol. Say, hey, just so you know, this can be a little spicy in the vein. I push my propofol. I just stand here. It's more calming for the patient, calmly not moving while they're drifting off to sleep, saying, have a great nap. See you when you wake up. I wait for those eyelids to slowly drop. I do the eyelash test where you just kind of run your finger over the eyelash. If their eyes are